In this video, I'm reviewing the Hitway BK29M e-bike, which is Hitway's retro Moto-Style fat tire electric bike designed for handling your adventure regardless of where you go. I'm going to be going over the unboxing and assembly process and go in depth on the features and do an acceleration test, braking test, hill climb test, and review how it rides. So let's get to it. The BK29M comes in a standard bicycle shipping box, but it's extremely heavy, weighing over 90 pounds, so make sure to be careful when moving it, and I highly recommend having someone help you move it. After opening, the bike's assembled about 85%. All you have to do is remove all the packing foam and zip ties, install the handlebars, install the front wheel, front fender, rear fender, headlight, and the pedals, including the box with the necessary tools and instruction manual. The whole process only took me about 30 minutes, with most of my time being spent putting on the front wheel and the headlight. The bike isn't very hard to put together, but the weight doesn't make it a little more challenging. Also included with the bike is a bike lock and a pump, which are really nice additions to have. When we went through the bike, all the bolts were tight, and it powered up no problem. So the BK29M is powered by a 750 watt brushless rear hub motor that's 80 Newton meters of torque and 3 speed levels. It also comes with a removable 48 volt, 15 amp hour lithium ion battery that has a claim range between 34 to 50 miles depending if you use the throttle or pedal assistance. The Hitway also comes with dual mechanical disc brakes with 160mm rotors both in the front and in the rear. The wheels are 20-inch aluminum spoked wheels that come with fat tires with a 4-inch width. And to help out with ride comfort, there's also a dual crown fork, a rear shock, and a seat with a ton of padding that has enough room to carry a passenger if you wish to purchase pegs on the side. And the drivetrain is a 7-speed Shimano Altis with a 28-tooth cassette and a 46-tooth chainring. And for safety and increased visibility, there's a headlight and a tail light. It also has a dashboard with a very simple and clean display design that shows your battery level, assist level, speed, and odometer. It has an overall length of about 64 inches, a wheelbase of about 42 inches, a handlebar height from the ground of 45 inches, a handlebar width of 26 inches, seat height of 31 inches, the seat measures 22.75 inches by 7 inches, it weighs a little over 72 pounds, it has a load capacity of 265 pounds, and it retails for $850. But at the time of this video, you can get it for $700. Alright, here we go, testing out the speedometer accuracy of the Hitway BK29. So we're actually testing the bike against my GPS app on my phone. Bike says 9.3 miles per hour, app says 9 miles per hour, perfect. Okay, now we're going to speed level 2, which the bike says is 15.5 miles per hour. Speedometer says 15 miles per hour. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to test out the top speed, speed level 3, which it's saying is 19.8 miles per hour. App says 19, so it also appears to be right on point. Okay, so now we're doing the hill climbing test on the Hitway BK29. The company claims this bike can do up to a 25% gradient, which is crazy. So right now I'm just testing it with throttle only. This hill is a 15% gradient hill. So far, 11.9 miles per hour. We're hitting the steepest part of the hill. Easy. 10.6 miles per hour, 10 and a half. All things making it super, super simple. Slow down. Okay, that was super, super easy. So we're gonna try a much steeper hill on the pedal assist and see what it can do. Okay, now we're going a much, much steeper hill. This is about a 20% grade. I'm gonna see how far I can get just using only the throttle, then we'll go to pedal assist. Ooh, we're slowing down quick. Okay, we're at 10, 9. Let's go into pedal assist real quick. Ooh, there we go. Okay, easy. There we go. Probably not the smartest move to shift under load, but drivetrain holding together. Doing 9 miles an hour easily uphill. Easy peasy. That was simple. Okay, so I can confirm that the bike is easy to pedal up a 20% gradient. I don't think 20% is realistic using only the throttle. So as you can see, the bike went up both hills pretty easily. And based on this test, I think it could do up to a 17% gradient using only the throttle. Also think that it has enough power to pedal up a 25% gradient, but the seating position would make it a little bit challenging. And just for reference for this test, I'm about 175 pounds. So for the acceleration test, I want to check the acceleration to top speed of 19.8 miles per hour. Here's how it went. Okay, let's check out the acceleration to the top speed of 19 point. Speed level 3, throttle only. Ready? And go. 5, 10, 15. Top speed. Nice. So for the final results, the BK29M went 0 to 5 miles per hour in 2.7 seconds, 0 to 10 in 3.9 seconds, 0 to 15 in 6.2 seconds, and to a top speed of 19.8 miles per hour in 8 seconds flat. I was very impressed with the acceleration of this bike. It gets up to speed pretty quickly and it feels powerful. But I do have to say though, it feels like the bike can do so much more than 19.8 miles per hour, and I would love to see this bike go at least 25 miles per hour, maybe even 28. Next, I want to test out the braking distance from each of the 3 speed levels. First is from speed level 1, which is 9.3 miles per hour, which the BK29M did in 5 feet. Next was from speed level 2, which is 15.5 miles per hour, which the bike did in a very respectable 12.5 feet. Last was in speed level 3, which is 20 miles per hour, which the bike did in 19 feet. And I have to say, I was really impressed with the braking power of the bike, especially considering these are mechanical disc brakes with small rotors. The brakes are pretty powerful, and the bike remains composed under braking. The one thing I did notice is there was a slight surging feeling on the rear brake when the rotor got really hot. The last test, and probably most important one, is the ride comfort test, where I took the BK29M through an extended ride through a mountain town in East San Diego, which included some dirt roads to test out the fat tires. I started by riding through some paved side roads where there's minimal cars. I was just able to cruise along, just enjoying the views. It was during this part of the ride that I really wish I had a higher top speed. The Hitway has a lot of power, but it really feels like it's being held back by the 20 mile per hour speed limiter, and I was really wishing that I could at least go 5 to 10 miles per hour faster. Also, I decided not to pedal during this ride. This is for a couple of reasons. First is that pedaling is not the strong suit of a Moto-Style e-bike like the BK29M. And don't get me wrong, the bike can pedal. It's just that pedaling is more for climbing steep hills that the motor can't handle on its own. Second is I want to test the range using only the throttle, since most people will probably only use the throttle with this bike. So after about 3 or 4 miles of cruising on the pavement, I got on the dirt road that winds through the beautiful hills of East San Diego. And I have to say that this is where the Hitway really shined. The motor was powerful enough to get up the hills with ease, and both the front and rear suspension did a surprisingly good job muting out the bumps in the road. The tires provided exceptional grip on the loose dirt, and more importantly, the seat was super comfortable. So during this ride, I rode a little more than 9 miles, and I was seated for about an hour. The BK29M did a phenomenal job, and it was an absolute delight to ride. There was nothing on this particular ride that it couldn't handle, and to me, this is where a bike like this really shines. Just cruising through the streets and back roads, the wind in your face, just enjoying the scenery and the ride. So far through my extensive testing, the BK29M has held extremely well to daily use. The 750 watt brushless motor is almost silent, is extremely smooth, and has really good acceleration. It's able to cruise at the top speed of 20 miles per hour pretty easily, and I really feel it has much more potential. I really wish I knew how to unlock a higher top speed, but the bike is still a lot of fun. The Hitway is also very comfortable with the seat, fork, rear shock, and fat tires doing a wonderful job in keeping the ride smooth and composed. And since this is a Moto-Style e-bike, pedaling is this bike's weak point, and quite honestly, I spend about 95% of my time riding this bike using only the throttle. And so far in all my testing, this bike has averaged between 23 to 26 miles of range per charge using only the throttle, which is pretty darn good, and makes the BK29M a great bike for longer rides. Something to keep in mind is that I rode around in higher speeds, mostly using the highest power output. And while this bike is pretty powerful and smooth, one aspect it really excels at is the fun factor. The BK29M is designed for giving you a motorcycle riding experience without the need for a license, excessive noise, and the dangers of riding at insanely high speeds. And this bike is a great bike for someone who wants the same experience as a Super 73 for about a third of the price. And while I'm a big fan of the bike, I do wish that the bike came with at least 180mm rotors since this bike is so heavy. So in conclusion, this is one of the coolest e-bikes I've ever ridden, and I'm pretty impressed with it, especially for the price. It has a ton of features, it's pretty powerful, has really good range, and I feel you get a lot of bike for the money. But if you have any questions, or own a BK29M or another Hitway bike and want to share your experience, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great one.